Don't you want to go back out into the world again? Live a life? I've been walking these streets since before I could walk. Feels like every time I walk these streets try to walk on me. Usually, these streets find that, like my ex-wife's space dog, if you try to take me for a ride, you'll end up bruised, sore, weeping, confused. But not today. I used to be someone, you know. My life was just great, until I fell off the wagon. No, I'm still an alcoholic. I've never been sober. I mean an actual wagon. Sprained my coccyx pretty bad. It was all downhill from there. Well, yes, but what I really mean is that I was on an enormous hilly outcrop that day, and I rolled most of the way down. Really hit rock bottom. No, my life got considerably worse after that. What I'm thinking about is the rocks at the bottom of the hill. I really twisted my spine on them on impact. But we're getting off track. I was about to tell you how I got here. It all started with a traffic stop.
Are you aware of why we stopped you today, sir?
Yes, Dame, you wanted a driving lesson. Was it something to do with the speed? Or going outside the space lanes? Or all the spice in the trunk?
Well, I'll note those down, thanks. But actually, you had a tail light out. Of course, the gunfire and extended violent chase out of orbit will get you a big penalty.
Oh, but I already have 8 points on my license. Are you sure there's nothing I can do to lessen the punishment, officer?
Go home.
The Imperials recovered my ship. When I trudged back into Mos Eisley, I knew where I had to go. The Space DVLA. The dull, grey, merciless fist of the Empire. No longer could you run down the odd Jawa and laugh about it in the bar later. Now, vehicular Jawa slaughter got you a full 2 points. I wasn't hopeful about reclaiming my license, but I had to try.
Haribo.
It's Haribo!
Ah, you're the courier who we stopped this morning.
That's me. I've come to pick up my ship. And the license?
Certainly you can take the ship, but you're not going to be flying. 10 points is the limit, and engaging in a running dogfight with 2 patrol fighters is at least 7 on top of your other...
But I have to be a star pilot, or I won't have any space bucks and I'll go all poor.
And quite apart from the violent combat, we found these in your rear seat. You know the space fishing regulations.
Those are Mos Eisley space salmon, and they are happier for it. At that moment, I saw her. Just across the landing strip was my ship, Dave 1. I thought maybe, just maybe, I could make a run for it. Start the engines. I was wrong.
Well, now we're definitely going to have to impound it. Great choice, Haribo. Get out of here.
Dave! I'm coming for you, Dave! Bureaucrats. Sad grey fools who can't think outside the box. I don't think inside of a box. I don't even see inside a box, because I've never been in one. You won't catch me in a box, no siree. Not now, not ever. Feels like every problem I've got can be traced back to some bald guy behind a desk filling in a form and trying to weigh me down with rules. Don't come within 50 feet of your ex-wife. Don't drive in that lane, there's oncoming traffic. Drive around that crowd of children, don't try and weave your way through them, you're too drunk. Tell you the truth, I've had just about enough of it. So, that's how it happened. I used to be an ace, you know. My father was a pilot in the Clone Wars. I grew up with starfighters all my life, and when I married my ex-wife, she bought me the fastest courier cutter this side of Corellia. Dave 1. I ran the Panama Canal in less than 12 milliliters, shipping blueprints to Kuwait, conditioner to Kashyyyk, targeting systems to some backwater temple on Yavin's moon. Got those cheap because I wasn't sure it would go through.
It's that Dirk Haribo. Bloody hell, he looks absolutely awful.
Yes, he looks like he's been rolling slowly and sadly through space Marmite for 3 weeks.
He looks like a shifty wheelbarrow salesman.
He looks a bit like that bloke who hangs around pod races, waiting for someone to crash so that he can steal their wallets and their undies.
He looks like a greasy, rusty fish slice, magically transformed into a human pervert.
You watch your mouth, old crone. You ought to know I'm a pretty big deal.
He thinks he's something, does he? Well, from what I've heard, if he hadn't married a rich heiress, he'd be stuck putting on a rubbish Cockney accent and selling cockles and whelks at the Mos Eisley wet market.
Yes, I heard that. Imagine owing that much to your marriage, and even then managing to bugger the whole thing up with your tiny Wilkins.
I'll show you. I'll show all of you. I have returned a cleaner and a better man.
Haha, we're just stormtroopers drinking coffee. Oh, look, it's Dirk Haribo. Oh,
What do you want?
Look at him. Oh,
Sarlacc face.
You know, you're a piece of shit.
I'm a what?
Eat lukewarm space coffee, bootlicker. And I'm gonna take your helmet too. Come get me, Bantha Poodoo.
Hey, that's mine.
Haribo!
I disdain to conceal my views and aims. I openly declare that my ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Let the ruling classes tremble at a Haribo revolution. The people of Mos Eisley have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working beings of Tatooine, unite!
Captain, we've received a transmission from R2 on the surface. Looks like, well, listen for yourself.
Working beings of Tatooine, unite!
By the stars, it's a popular revolt. We might be wildly unprepared, violently unaware of the political and cultural situation on the ground, and armed only with destructive and indiscriminate weaponry, but we simply must assist these pro-democracy forces. I can only agree, sir. Commander, deploy the strike forces. Oh, I love saying that. God, he's caused a riot. Where did they even get flaming torches? Well, from the medieval box, I suppose. What? Nothing, don't worry. Grab him!
We've got you now, Haribo. You're a revolutionary. Prepare to die. Wait, what's that?
Well, citizen, you're lucky we got to you in time. You've been doing good work here.
Say what now?
Yeah, fighting tyrants, whipping up rebellion.
Oh, I don't know about any of that shit. I just want to get Dave back.
Look, son, don't ask, don't tell. All I see is a man of courage who's willing to shoot at anything white and shiny, or dressed in grey. If that's true, here's a blaster. Welcome to the Alliance to Restore the Republic.
Thanks, I guess. I'm gonna go and shoot up the DVLA.
That's the spirit.
Dave! Dave! Hang on. What is it? I mean, I'm not a political guy, but... a Vader statue, really? Oh, come on. I mean, in this day and age, there are people in this town who knew people on Alderaan. Yeah, so show me them. Stop being so offended for other people. The Death Star was fake news anyway.
I was going to a meeting on Alderaan and I never made it there because the planet exploded.
Yeah, my sister died on Alderaan. So we are here.
Hi, I'm Dr. Davin Olusoga, Lego Star Wars analog for the well-known historian and writer David Olusoga. I can't help feeling that I could help shed some light on this argument. It's less about being able to see history, it's about making it. The records of Darth Vader's crimes are now very publicly available. This statue is not designed to record them, however. It is designed to celebrate him, and all of him.
Well, you pick holes in all of history. We aren't celebrating the whole of Vader, only the parts that built this town and pacified the galaxy.
Which are all intrinsically linked to his killing of millions of people. Idolizing individuals rather than events or actions is a particularly problematic idea. If we're all agreed he did some awful things, why not replace it with something we can all agree is good?
But statues are valuable. They're beautiful and old, and they have their own value as depictions of what we considered good once.
Most of these statues don't have very much artistic value anyway, and aren't that old, relatively speaking. And if they did have some value, we could put them somewhere much less celebratory. But this one seems to be a bit plasticky, and the cape design shows signs of wear. I suggest tearing it down.
That seems reasonable.
Olusoga, away!
Time for the third act! Gonna get Dave back! Gonna get Dave back in the third act!
Well, look who it is. The Womp Rat Revolutionary.
You know, you've been hounding me for as long as I can remember. Every time I turn around, 180 degrees in the driving seat at full speed on the space motorway, there you are, right behind me. What do you want with me, huh? What did I ever do to you?
We literally have a filing cabinet on you, Haribo. Not a file, a whole cabinet. You have committed more petty crimes than I can list in the time we have remaining in this film. You've broken every speed limit in every orbit.
Bureaucrats.
You have never been stopped and not been found to be at least 2 space pints over the limit.
Bull! I never drive on more than 4 space pints.
Yes, that's exactly 2 over.
What's the limit?
2 space pints.
I thought it was 2 half-space liters.
A, this is literally the Empire. We use imperial measurements. And B, that would make 4 space pints even further over the limit. Dirk, you're criminal scum, and I'm bringing you in.
No! I've got to get out of here. We all have to get out of here.
You can't. It's not allowed.
But we have to. We're all just stuck here, stagnating, and we are allowed more and more every day. Things are stopping. We can all get out soon.
This is my world. It's all I know. It's mine.
But don't you want more? Don't you want to go back out into the world again? Live a life?
I don't think I know how anymore.